Sorry, it's been a little bit since my last Tuesday stream. Well, let's get this going. Today we're going to be playing some Warhammer Rogue Trader. Yep, there it is. Sorry, I opened it right as... I've played a little bit of this game before. Let me get there we go. Played a little bit of this game before. So, you know. Oh, sweet. That's good. Sometimes games don't let you click out of them without going into slow mode. So this game, I do know this. The first little bit is voice acted. The rest of it is not. Not really, at least. Like, there is a little bit of voice acting, but, you know. Alright, sorry. Just saw something come up. Alright, let's get this going. It's loading. Yeah, I think I deleted. Yep, I did. So, do I? Let me check something. Yep, I already own it. It's gonna be like, oh, I should own it. So Void Shadow is on. Main story. Can I? Oh, I can turn it off. Oh, never mind. Let's go. Keep it on. Difficulty. Normal. Enemy unit. Yeah, let's switch to story. I think we can... Yeah, let's switch to story for right now. I'm not certain... I'm not certain if you can change it later, but... There we go. I'm not certain if you can change it later, but let's keep it at story for the moment. Now comes the fun part of every RPG player's nightmares. Character creation. And these ones are definitely interesting. So we have three pre-made characters, a soldier, an operative, and a warrior. The warrior comes from the Death World. I'm gonna go with a custom character. So, just to kind of show you guys the full effect of everything. Oh, you can barely not see your feet. One moment. There, that's what... Sorry, one moment. No, that is... If I'm over here... No, then that creates some other problems. Okay, I'll keep it over here, just for that. One moment, I gotta harass someone, because... Alright, let me see here. Let's go with appearance. Alright. So here's the frustrating thing about this. I gotta do that if I want to reset the thing where it's like because I changed something real quick. Gotta do that to reset it. Because otherwise it will. Without doing that, it won't switch between the things. Okay. Yeah, let me. Let me just see here. The clothes obviously won't look like what these guys are wearing. Some of the augmatics won't be there as well. Let's see here. Should I go? I could go with the fancy lady. Or that fancy lady, or that one. I could go with the noble. I could go with this one, which is a criminal. Let's go to Homeworld first. Alright. Actually, let's go to Origin. Let's go to Origin. Should I go with Commissar? Crime Lord? Alright, let me see here. And Storm Priest. Navy Officer. Noble, or a sanctioned psyker. Or I could go with the commander. Like, each of these has a different effect, but I'm going with specifically the officer, because I do not believe any of the companions give you officer. So, archetype development. Encapsulates skills. Yeah, basically, officer allows you to command your men. So I personally enjoy it. So let's go back through and reselect. So officer primarily uses Bring It Down, which uses the Fellowship, and yep, both of those use Fellowship. So let's go to Homeworld, see if any of them give us some Fellowship. Death World. Hive World gives us some Fellowship, and gives us Strength in Number. Gains Resolve. I do not understand what Resolve is yet, so... But it has some fun ones. That one gives us minus Fellowship. This one just gives us... this one is really handy, because it allows us to just straight up go, I want to have plus 10 Fellowship to start off with, you know? And then there's Never Stop Shooting, which is kind of a fun one. I think I'll go with Imperial World Humanity's Finest. And I'll go with Fellowship. And it doesn't even have a negative to anything, so that's always nice. Now, should I go with Commander? No cost. I know these add some extra stuff. Noble does add some Fellowship. So does Naval Officer. Psyker adds toughness and willpower and psychic abilities. Toughness, willpower, weapon skill. Ugh. This one is difficult for me to choose, because I'm always like, you know, what kind of story do I want to tell here? Sorry, I had something was bothering me on my mic. Yeah. From each archetype, take. You serve me. Alright. Anytime the noble's abilities. Most characteristic. Navy officer? Alright. Sounds like a plan. Alright, let's go back over here. I'll choose this one because, you know, fits. Alright, we've chosen our origin. Time for our triumph. Tech use, commerce, or awareness. Apex of Brilliance. You lured a pirate squadron into a gravitational tear of a star, thereby destroying a whole fleet through your cunning alone. Illustrious glory. Your ship became the first to take a now reclaimed warp route to a cluster of humanity's lost worlds. Or this one, or Feat of Greatness. Under your command, a void ship braved a terrible warp storm without a single casualty among the crew. Alright, so awareness, fellowship, or int. I'm gonna go with... I'll go with awareness. And I'll go with Feat of Greatness. Now it's time for Darkest Hour. Okay. Not that one. Alright, Grim Portents. You have journeyed through dark and forsaken systems. And the things you have seen have left a mark on your soul that will never heal. Now let's go with archetype, officer, yep. Alright, now we get to mess around with some of our abilities. So I'm gonna bump up fellowship a little bit more. I'll bump up one to that one. Purely because I'm gonna need some of that. Some ballistic skill, perception. There. Alright. Let's... Now, do we want the sword class frigate or the firestorm class frigate? The Von Valencien's flag. The sword class frigate is a classic void ship design, proven in thousands of battles, combining decent firepower, high speed, and respectable survivability. Estimated dimensions, estimated dimensions, 1.6 kilometers in length and 0.3 kilometers abeam at the fins, approximately. Estimated tonnage, 6 megatons, approximately. Estimated souls on board, 26,000, approximately. The Von Valencian flagship is the mightiest void ship belonging to the Von Valencian dynasty. Every ship, every system aboard this frigate has been tried and tested in innumerable engagements. Its weapons and turrets deliver hard-hitting volleys with pinpoint accuracy. Its plasma drive are rugged yet reliable in extreme conditions. The flagship's size and maneuverability are perfect for pursuing smaller, faster raiders, for hunting countless pirates, Xenos, and heretics in the Kronos expanse. Numerous Von Valencias rogue traders have acknowledged the exceptional performance of this vessel, and with a few minor updates, the flagship has continued to faithfully serve the Von Valencia dynasty. Or we could go with this one. Okay, that's the same one. Alright. Firestorm class frigate is a modification of the Sword class, designed to deliver fire strikes against larger enemy ships, not shying away from engagements with a superior opponent. Estimated dimensions 1.8 kilometers in length, 3 kilometers or 0.3 kilometers, a beam at the fin, approximately, estimated tonnage, about the same, and then it has actually less souls on board. Souls being, you know, people. Alright, let's go with... What do you guys think? Firestorm or Sword? I'll go with Firestorm. First Forged, Exile of Calandrite, Lighten the Void. Let's go. Alright, Lavinia. I'll go with Pandora. Why not? Usually before combat, you have a tactical phase. Sword class. Well, I went with Firestorm. I'm not certain if that message came in late or what, but I didn't see it until just now. Sometimes this game takes a little bit to load. Let's see. Alright. It's at 100%. Hold on. Okay. So there is a little bit of delay there. Alright, press any key. Come on, load. I think it's taking a little bit extra because this is like the first cutscene. And it's a pretty, it's kind of a pretty one. I mean, it's very stylized, but like, very. I do not believe there are Iron Hands. I believe there is a Space Wolf, though. And the only reason I really know that is because he's in so much of the marketing. Alright. Let's meet our guy.
An excellent place for contemplation.
The man who approached.
One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Should I be a jerk to him? This is always the question. I'll be nice. Okay, choices in dialogue. Be nice-ish.
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with the chance to give their very life for the master of humanity. Allow me to introduce myself. Kunrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias, at your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Commodore Pandora Van Maynard, Lord Captain of Drusus's Blessing.
My regards, Lord Captain. Though perhaps I should refrain from addressing you thus well. Aboard this vessel. With all due respect, Commodore.
Wagner Voitsnia smiles faintly, but you're not sure if it is directed at you.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this voyage ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
I'm no longer Van Maynard, I'm Von Valencias. Why am I aboard this vessel? You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities? Tell me about the one whose ship I have found myself. You say I'm one of the rogue traders' heirs. Or I assume you... I'll say this one.
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
I'll ask him about
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Tell me about the one whose ship I have found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that Her Ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencias are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Alright. I can go to the journal. This is just stuff about how I'm the heir. Let's go down the stairs.
I won't tolerate weakness.
I forgot to change the voice from male to female. Alright. Is that going to bug me enough to... Is that going to bug me enough to make me want to change it back? Or change it? I mean, now would be the time to change it if it is. Let's just continue. Yeah, that's like the one thing that doesn't change from when you change the portrait. Alright, here's a fun...
One of the fun Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening?
Oh, that was abrupt.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Alrighty.
I'll see you terminated!
Well, now it's time for the part of the battle where I sit back and watch these guys either not do their job or actually do their job. Going for exploiting weakness. Alright. Yeah. Voice of command. Let's go with this guy.
Suits my purposes.
Then we can try and shoot this guy.
Nothing I can't do.
We have a 50% chance. And we missed. Insurance. Come on. There we go. Got one of them. Alright. Character just missed. Character with a decent weapon. Place him on a vantage point. Alright. Voice of command. Alright, I can't voice of command that guy. Again.
Not a problem for me.
Right, I was supposed to voice of command that guy so that the other guy could be voice of commanded. Well. Oof. The servitor's really going ham. And Conrad ain't doing much.
Nothing I can't do.
Oof. We are not gonna have a good time here.
Death to the heretics!
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Sounds good, mate. You know, my best friend.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally.
Best friend.
I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Alright, let's check out this place. See what's on offer here. Oh, come on. Load here. Load on. Sometimes this game can be a little laggy, but it's a fun one. There we go. Got it. Auto saved. Tarantula sentry gun turret, constructed with the blessings of the Adeptus Mechanicus, using a standard template construct in the manufactorums of Kiva Gamma. The wires in the servitor's head are still smoldering. It seems the cause of the malfunction was the short-circuiting of the motive force.
Follow my lead.
Oh, I can examine the crystal. Let's examine the crystal. The violet alloy, which appears, upon closer look, to be a handcrafted object. Symbols carved into the primitive tool are visible on the surface. Come on. Let's check out this one. The black shard resembling obsidian. If you look closely, you can discern strange, barely perceptible glowing inside the artifact. Alrighty. Lehman Russ battle tank, reclaimed and restored by the grace of the God Emperor. The first to breach the capital walls during the pacification of Vortes Cathon.
It's about time.
Massive golden amalgam, interspect with sparkling things. The stone on this pedal is no doubt solid, but its surface shimmers and changes hues as if someone has captured a piece of turbulent sea within this rock. The object resembles sea coral. The porous pitted surface is pitted, a sign that it has been underwater. A gray-green crystal with white veins. A low hum can be heard coming from the artifact.
A new challenge for me?
So I could go that way and up and around, but I think taking the most direct route might be best. There's a tech priest, some servitors, and now we get to see the Von Valencia.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a...
What is this? Is this someone from your retinue, Theodora? Do you permit your people to interrupt your conversations in such a fashion?
I give that permission to those with something of substance to say. Let us see if it was worth it. This is the second candidate for the title of my successor. Step forward. Consider this hypothetical situation.
Oh boy.
Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say. But attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
These reports of spirits certainly sound like evidence of heresy. However, I would put my interests first, no matter what means I have to use. The riches of Aeon 5 would be mine. I feel like that one would be fair for a former naval officer to say. Actually, I just... Oh, one minute. Let me try and fix something. I just had an idea for... There, I'm right in the portrait area. Sorry. That. What was I saying? Yeah, I feel like this one is fair for a former captain to say, especially someone who's more motivated by results rather than anything else, because the other answer is Aeon 4, Aeon 6 must be purged for the good of the Imperium. I shall exterminate the heretical beliefs and otherworldly powers that rule the native apostates. Or one that ends me blowing it all to hell. Or some Warp and Xenos ones that won't. I'll go with this one.
Yes. Now I see the blood of the dynasty in your veins. Greed disguised as pride and vanity. What say you to that, Edelthrud? There is an answer that is quite different from yours, isn't it?
Perhaps I have not yet acquainted myself with all the intricacies of serving on the frontier. But my loyalty to the God Emperor forbids even a shadow of such thoughts. Heresy, whatever form it might take, must be exterminated. And there can be no place for base ambitions. I know his tenets well.
Speaks the
Unlike
heretical
our
man.
new acquaintance.
He is a psyker. So. They aren't? Let me see if I can fix something. One moment. Alright, one moment. Channel creator dash board. Manage stream. Are you like being timed out or something? Try sending a message. Like, for some reason, it's not registering that you are here right now. Although it is registering that I have 3 viewers at the moment. There it is. Sorry, one moment. I'm just trying to fix everything. Show mod icons, chat highlights. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix this because apparently some of the messages aren't appearing right. Alright, try sending a message now. Here, let me... Somehow I got my caps lock on. So I sent test, and I can see it on both sides. So let me see here. What does this do? Cancel. Alright. Pause chat. I changed pause chat to Alt key only. Followers only chat. No, I mean everyone can chat right now. Start sharing chat. Pop out. Edit layout. Is it like a problem on your end? Maybe? I don't know. Because I can't see any, like, anything that would allow me to fix that. Nope, not that one. Alright, well. Creator dashboard. I don't want to. I do want to get this solved. Channel. Let's go with this one. I do want to get this solved if it's a problem on my end. But if it's a problem on your end, I can't help that. Maybe it's internet based. I don't know. Sorry. Anyways, for right now, I'm gonna just continue as if, just continue with it. Okay. All right. We are both servants of the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become anyone of our status to engage in petty feuds? Yeah.
Even among his flock, not all are of a piece. I suggest you familiarize yourself with that fact before you are sorely.
Edelthrad,
Oof.
I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why
got-
my senior
he got her
congregator is
upset.
still dawdling about the officers' deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here? Clarity. A luxury that few of us can afford. There is a reason why I did not explain all the details of the question I posed to you earlier. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom is one granted an opportunity to enjoy information in abundance. This, however, my name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness beyond the Imperium and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
Sorry, 1 minute. I was trying to figure out. Hello. Can you message again?
It is my decision
There we
alone
go.
to determine
Problem on
the
your
fate
end?
of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources,
Oh.
people, riches,
That
and
makes
mysteries,
sense.
is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with Fon Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
Huh. Should I play it more modest, or... I'm not doing the meme because I don't have control of the ship yet. I don't... Also, I'm not an Inquisitor. It's all too sudden for me. I'm ready for this sacred purpose. I'll do all too sudden for me.
Perhaps. Yesterday you were just another servant of the Imperium, one of the faceless multitudes. Today, visitors in the Fon Valancius colors come to you without any explanation and escort you to a vessel that departs for the far-off Coronis expanse. But such is the nature of my position. My claim on you is sacred and non-negotiable. I require all those who possess even a drop of the Fon Valancius blood. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
This implies that Kunrad is dead. But did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you.
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name Fon Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
I'll ask one of.
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting
Does
one
this
of
mean
them.
there are other animals?
Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
If you are satisfied with Edelthrad, then what sense is there having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis expanse. You were once a Lord Captain yourself, aboard your own ship. You know everything there is to know about the life of this gargantuan beast and its thousands of crew members. You know how fickle machine spirits can be, how weak-willed are the rabble from the lower decks, how a single tactical decision can turn the tide of a battle. Few people can claim to have such priceless experience that is so highly sought after in my calling. Moreover, your courage has made you far more famous than you yourself probably realize. True feats of heroism will forever live on in the annals of the Imperium and bring honor to the Fon Valancius line.
Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now? Locks attack.
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
An incident took place. On the officer's deck, some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Ah, Abelard.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
What are my current responsibilities?
Learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad. Until that time comes,
I'm
consider
gonna say I have
yourself
no more
my
questions
aid.
unless... Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Alrighty. We're about to be attacked by a horde. And we're going to learn why I like Abelard. Well,
Submit,
soon-ish.
and you'll die quickly.
The masters demand your death!
Got it. Start the battle. Yeah, this is gonna be a long battle, and I'm not in control of most of these characters.
I've
Well,
seen
any
worse
but
battles
my
than this
own
in my
right
time.
now. Alright.
One fewer target.
Yep, he just took out 2 of them. And then a
took care of
third.
this Break them
And
around.
Mort. Come on, Mort.
The glory of the Imperium.
That's another 3 down. Shot.
To the weak.
And I'm being shot at. And I gotta get to cover.
Let's see how they respond to this.
Alright, I can't use it yet on anyone.
Nothing of value has
Took
been
him out.
lost.
Then let's end
Chaos
turn.
guides me.
Take a shot at Mort. Abelard.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Abelard. They're really going to town. Town Abelard.
Just a minor setback.
For the
That's
Imperium!
just
One
last
fewer
one
target.
to hell.
Reduced to dust.
Or sorry, the war.
Die.
Save them! Make
And that
them
one
bleed!
shoots. Let's see. Got it.
I shall not fear.
There was most of my MP move. Do stuff. Can I drop? Yes, I can.
You didn't
Took
stand
him
a
out.
chance.
And now...
Not my worst day.
Oh, I got a critical hit.
Yes.
Your character does
Don't
not have
touch
crit-
me!
Extra damage. Nice. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, these guys are ridiculously broken in comparison to me at the moment. I think Abelard gets nerfed
Mort, take a team
No,
with you and
Abelard
clear a
stays
path for
about
the
the
transport
same
line.
strength.
Do not let a
At the
single
start.
whoreson survive.
Oh boy.
Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What are your
Mort
orders?
has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Alright, let's head up.
None shall stand in my way.
Alright, firefighter. Hold on, Master. The heretic's body is filled with holes. An improvised single shot lies smoking at his feet. Kill the tree. Let's continue. Got Mort and these guys fighting. And here comes Conrad. My best friend.
Providence, you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Kunrad? The moment we finish chasing
Conrad's
the
going to
riffraff
live
around the
forever
deck, you show
with
up.
us.
Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, pull yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
If this is indeed a severe case of warp madness, then the situation is dire.
You don't know the half of it. There's only one thing worse than the warp addling the brains of our crew, and that's the warp itself crawling all over our decks. I shouldn't even think about it. It's bad luck. Your orders, Lord Captain.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do
I
both
smoke.
things.
Who's
at
gonna
once.
betray us? No one here's gonna betray me.
Edelthrad.
It's
where is
just
he?
me,
I must know if
my
he's
distant
unharmed.
relative,
A psyker aboard
my
a ship
best
that is
friend,
potentially being assailed
my other
by the
best
war
friend,
could pose
and
a greater
Mort.
threat to himself and others than a
Mort
whole
is going to
army of
betray me.
madmen with
Yep, that is
improvised
it.
weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-Militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain, Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
Then it's settled.
Ah,
Find
there we go.
Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
I shall do everything in my power.
Not everything in your power. You will do as I say. I'll have your heads if you fail. Is that clear? Then move out. Mort, come.
Boy. See, but thank you. Biengi. Come. Walking.
Are you ready to head to 18?
Yeah, it's a long...
It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
It's a long tutorial.
Of course.
I should make it.
Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Something hits you with a sharp crackle, and you are consumed by an unbearable, gut-wrenching pain. Conrad, how could you? You were my best friend. Come on, end. Conrad, no! I promised you a special destiny, Pandora. It is time to fulfill it. Well, looks like you were right. There was betrayal. Wakey. But there are no eggs.
Careful. Be gentle with our guest. She has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber, and for that, I need her breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Voigtner, you two-faced scum. You're the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora
Should
all
I
of her
insult
power.
him? I feel like I should insult him.
Warrant of trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the
I want to
Sentinel,
insult him.
an
I'm
ancient
gonna insult him
device
because,
that will only
you know,
open the door
screw
to
him.
a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What is it, inbred? Your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
What sorry, pathetic excuse do you have for your apostasy? You sordid, wretched piece of Grok's shit.
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind. Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Fon Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
The blade flashes in the dim night. Drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment, you feel nauseated, your head spinning. Then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the door. The gate. To go to the gate. Go to the gate. I'm gonna fight the voices in your head. Get out. I'm not your puppet. The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence. That decision consequences forcing you onto your feet and making you step toward the gates looming in the center of the chamber. Well, I'm marching. In the gateway arch, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built in to the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head towards you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. I'm gonna use that one. Oh, yay! You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. What immediately catches your eyes is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. The servitor on the gate begins to move with a screeching, groaning metal. It leans forward closer to you. Its lower jaw opens and with a drawn out screech. Much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in dim light. The vid's screen right in front of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, demanding sacrifice. The voice that filled your head after Voitnir wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, the source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. I'm gonna look for a weapon. You look around in the hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. Chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or protruding piece of rebarb in sight. Alright, I'm gonna place my hand in the sentinel's maw. The sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and you immediately hear humming as the servo motors start up and pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The sentinel's jaws remain closed. You are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humors. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where the voice is coming from. Crackling like status. Is it the sentinel, the cogitator? Is it a figment of your own weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. I'm gonna say yes, I do. Pain shoots through your head and subsides quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm. That is good, you know?
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Alright, time for defense protocols. Full on just unloading on these people. And then flamethrowers.
There is still another way.
Alright, time to enter.
I won't tolerate weakness.
God damn. The enormous gates match the importance of the thing they protect. The massive doors are made of heavy material and look impregnable. Valencius. Alright. Let it be known that by my will and the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the best. Oh god. It's going too fast for me to read that out loud. To triumph over nightmares untold and to hold bodily the reins of fate to walk steadily. Yeah. Very pompous.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
Alright.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I'm trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection. Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
The servo scope goes silent, crackling relays. A second passes and you realize that the servo skull will not answer you.
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Lead me away from
Middle
here.
and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the Warren chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safe.
Victory awaits.
Alright, let's head out and close the door. Closing the door, closing the door. Alright. Oof, I'm not doing good. I'm about to be murdered.
Run, fools, or fall.
Abelard! Holy cow. Abelard does not take any prisoners.
Mistress? Whatever are you doing in the Warren chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Conrad Voigtner is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge upon Theodora for something and was trying to reach the warrant. Was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Mistress, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Oh, right. Sorry. Voigtner openly admitted it that he is the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saints' blood! Then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive and now safe, mistress. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
All right. I can now switch
I am at
between
your
them.
service. Let's patch you up.
Thank you. Now, where were we?
Alright, and now I can open my character up. Summary, features, archetypes. This is not the right one. Not biography. Archetype, reputation. Ah, here it is. Alright, put on the clothes. Game. I should probably switch out the revolver for that one, and the sword there. And then Abelard. You know what, Abelard? You are the better medical man. You get the second medical kit.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
The navigator's sanctum, very well. Will you lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward!
Alright, time for an conflict.
Feel my wrath! Come to chaos!
Heretic cutthroats. I'm gonna place Pandora here. And Abelard, you get to go there and start
Out
battle.
of my way!
Oh, my ears are ringing.
I serve the ruinous
From the
powers!
fire.
I've suffered worse.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Oof. Abelard's being attacked by all sides. Alright, he has charge. And yeah, he's just got some. Alright. Time to hit.
It will dominance achieve.
Please. Oh boy. I really do love Abelard. Like,
Victory is imminent. I took care
you can
of
just
this.
take out some people. Let's in turn.
Death to non-believers!
Just a minor setback.
Chaos guides me!
That guy has a
Brace
gun.
yourself,
Ooh.
Abelard.
Well, That guy has a gun, but he's not very good at it. Let me see here. Let's... Oof. Applard, get him.
Already done. Indeed.
There we go. And now we can level up. Which means, oh boy, the talents. Alright, let's level up some of our persuasion, since we are an officer. Complete. Let's have him level up. Athletics. Or, yeah, let's have him level up Carouse. To the Navigator's Sanctum! Ho, Abelard! There we go. Now we get to meet the next member of our motley little crew.
I hear it here on the threshold of the blinded guide. Doom comes from the heavens.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. Their voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abela, how they sing.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate, to die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity in your consciousness shrinks and crawls deeper, its claws scraping against the walls inside your mind, as if the presence is trying to hide itself, hide from the seer standing before you. A diviner, are you? Or what are you doing here? A diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud.
Alright. She's doing
And
well.
You are von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly,
Yeah, sorry that I'm
we
being
must head
quiet.
to...
I'm just wanting to let all of this kind of play through, since this is the only part with dialogue, you know?
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't
And I'm
be
not
any
nearly
good
as
to
good
us.
of a voice actor as these
If
people.
Edelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he
Oh,
can
no,
still
I'm
hold
way
on a
too-
little longer without us.
There we go. Now you can see me without me,
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the engineerium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Engineer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
We must see if the Navigator is well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is... But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of
There's
things
a lot
in
of
here
dialogue.
suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Into the room. Into the breach. Alright, destroy this field. Don't keep our master waiting. Alright. Inward we go. The piece of fallen debris that almost proved fatal to you. Without Adira's prediction, you would have remained in this corridor forever.
Just will find you soon enough.
Abelard, teleport up there. You, behind cover. Theodora, barely in the room. Alright, let's begin. Abelard. Going to need you to move up.
Follow my lead.
Use your weapon.
It will be done. Up you attack.
Oof. That sucker didn't stand a chance. And
At your
that
beck
one.
and call.
Turn. Wait. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the hologram thing. Alright, pistol burst. Ah, I missed. Oh well, I gave Theodora a burst. Parry.
Crush the feeble.
And then I get hit. Alright, I can choose some special powers. I'm gonna go with Psychic Scream on this guy.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
And let's go with... What does this one do?
No can do. Will do.
And churn. Abelard, deal with your fate.
Huzzah! Reduced to dust. It will be done.
Templar just moves very fast. Goodness. The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human. The navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through the two dark gill slits in its cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut, two ordinary eyes as well as a third one that sits in the center of its forehead.
I believe Master Vespider still lives. Well, the servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Alright, should I just ask him if he's alive? Ask Eudora what's wrong with him or approach him, or just give Abelard a pointed look. I'll approach. The navigator.
Time is short.
You are in need of help. We have to get you out of that chair.
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Ah! It came from beyond! His body is not his!
Eudora's scream is echoed by the silent cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigator succumbing to the paroxysms of corruption.
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
I want to help you. Tell me how.
Run. The sanctum will be sealed. I will hold it off. Hold on. And wait for the signal from the Master Helmsman. Then I will commence the translation. So, run. Run.
Address Abelard. The navigator is still alive for barely. So, what do we do now?
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier.
Vespidas, good luck. And thank you.
The navigator does not give her a response. Black tears mixed with blood are streaming from under its closed eyelids. And the vox at the base of its chair is bellowing out static interspersed with distant echoes of otherworldly laughter. Alright, come on. Alright, let's start looting. We got some people here. Got an axe. I can hear geese outside. Alright, come on.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Come on. Let's go to the officer's deck. Alright, sorry that I'm so quiet right now. I'm just wanting all the dialogue to play out. Because I'm not as good as a voice actor as these people, you know? And also right now it's just the tutorial. And I dropped my arm rest thingy. Oh no, my internet's dropping. Oh, it's coming back. Oh, it's having some troubles today, huh? Alright, well, let's continue. Let me know if it gets too bad. Yet another companion. Oof. Another fun companion, too.
Ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
It's all over for you.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot these.
Shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
Told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my Emperor.
Alright. Let's meet our battle sister. The white-haired warrior turns to face you. Her dark eyes blazing, the weapon quivers in her hand for a brief moment. It seems she's not going to stop and will instead continue to eliminate every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you?
Pandora von Valencius, the Lord Captain's heir.
The hour is dark and daunting. The ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the arch-enemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know why.
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrath the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
I am no traitor, sister. You can be sure of that.
If you speak truthfully, the Emperor will not forsake you. If you are lying, you will not escape his retribution. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
What is a warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas doing aboard a rogue traitor? Is it a ship? Your orders serve the ecclesiarchy, do they not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
What is happening on the officer's deck?
Massacre, my lady. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about seeing their dead comrades,
Hi,
tearing
kitty.
out their eyes. I implore you, my lady, be on your guard.
We must get to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it.
Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it.
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
Alright, we have gained a Sister of Battle. Alright, goods. Take all of them.
It's about time.
Then we go through here. Alright, where is the right tool? Well-maintained stub revolver. Alright. That's not bad. I can equip a new weapon.
I'm always ready.
Should I just dual-wield pistols? No, I imagine there's some penalty to dual-wielding here. And I already struggle enough with hitting. The door is blocked and will not... Alright.
Follow my lead.
No, there is more goods. What's in here? There is Hum Softly. I know there is a... Oh, here it is. You can now just open the door. And in... And we are about to engage in
A
friendly
new challenge
combat.
for me? I'll see you terminated.
Let the blood flow!
Abelard. Abelard is not next, so let's teleport him here. Okay, Dora is up first. I'll put her by the chairs. Sister Argenta. You know what? I'll put her there. Me, I'll put me by the chairs as well. You know what? These guys are close enough together. Lightning strike.
Death to the weak. Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Alright, there's types of cover. Alright, let's see here. Let's...
Suits my purposes. Nothing of value has
Take
been
him out.
lost.
Up, more guys.
Such is the will of chaos.
Nothing I can't do.
Give Abelard a boost. And then let us
Suits my purpose.
open
Opposing
fire
me was your biggest mistake.
on those guys.
Chaos
Churn.
guides me.
Alright, Abelard. Move there. Then you are going to have to dash to get to...
At your
Let's
back
get
and
to him.
forth. One fewer target.
I am your doom.
Ugh. My ears are ringing.
I bring ruin.
These guys are trying to shoot me. Argentina has some burst fire abilities. Yeah. Alright, let's see here.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak.
Oof. That could have hit Abelard, okay. Yeah, I forget that she has that ability. To, you know, absolutely just wreck somebody.
Will do.
A lightning strike him.
Unfortunate turn
Oh,
of fate.
Abelard.
But worse.
Abelard got in the way, oh no. Let's give some forewarning to Abelard.
Was that you? Or... I am your doom.
Just a minor setback.
Alright, let's...
Nothing of value has been lost.
Just shot him over the table. Or potentially under the table. Oh, I should have...
A tactically sound approach. Indeed. I took care of this one. It will be
And
done.
then get him.
One fewer target.
I can just really go to town on people. Like... There we go. I think we collected everything from the heretics.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Alright, Abelard has that one thing that allows him to detect hidden details and stuff. Right, one of you open the door. Got bombs.
I did fine.
Turn on the power. Now we can use Abelard.
Done.
And I can get a shotgun. And some more bombs.
Victory awaits.
And some more goods. Cozy seating area is completely destroyed. Pieces of furniture. Alright. At least the scriptures is fine as far as I can tell. Alright, let's head up and blow that door.
I better myself through my service.
Alright, let's level up. Bring it down. Yeah. Endure. Expose weakness. Revel in slaughter.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to go. This way. Oh, our first choice. Like one of our first choices that, you know, kind of matters a little bit more. What is this? Did they shoot us with something? I can't see a thing. The roar of the flames rings in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You are surrounded by ear-splittering noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps, and then you see the figure walk out of the fire towards you. It is Theodora von Valencias.
Are you lost, my heir?
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
This is impossible.
I doubt you are aware of the limits of what is possible. For your worldview is but an iota of what a rogue trader knows and sees. But I can tell that you would like me to share that knowledge with you. That power over reality. I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word that Theodora speaks is like music to your ear. The entity that now dwells in your deepest recesses of mind, pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer. And that the answer can be nothing other than acceptance.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart. If you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew, lead them out, find a way around.
Then we'll miss our
Alright,
chance to meet up with
convictions.
What are we waiting for?
The character's allies have convictions of their own as well. Alright. Should we be dogmatic, heretical, or iconoclastic? This is our first big decision. I usually pick iconoclastic when I get this far, but alright, fair enough. Walk through the fire. The Emperor will guide the righteous on their path. Thousands of needles pierce your consciousness, but you are powerless to stop you. I've gained 15 dogmatic points. You take a step forward. The illusion breaks. A wave of excruciating pain crashes over you. Theodora's voice fades into the firestorm. You hear the voices of your companions calling you from behind. Screams of the weak dying in the inescapable blaze. Yep. That's usually why I don't choose dogmatic. Because all of those guys are now dead. The building inferno, the harrowing pyre, the all-consuming storm releases you as you step out. Barely able to stay on your feet. The blood is pouring in your ears, drowning out the world around you. Your eyes, caked in soot and burned eyelashes, refuse to open. Free from the flames, you take 2 more steps before collapsing to your knees. The blood rushes in your temples, and the horrid pain all over you. Your scorched body cloud your mind. Before suddenly retreating, as if driven away by some mighty will, a new strength spreads throughout your veins. Despite your wounds, your body is once more ready for the trials and struggles. You open your eyes and see a glow with warm light before you, and Aquila, the sacred symbol of the Imperium. In the next moment, you are struck with another realization. The repulsive presence, the one that has plagued your mind since Voitnir wounded you, is gone. The fire seems to have burned the entity away without a trace.
Mistress, can you hear me? Oh, you're alive. Which is more than I was expecting after what you just did.
Praise the Emperor. We passed through the flames. How can this be anything but a portent? For so it is said that the Emperor will bless the worthiest and most steadfast in their faith.
Behind you, you see Iridora Talas doubled over in a fit of nausea. And the rest of the people who were following you have withered away into the fire that continues to rage mere 2 steps away from you. I'm gonna say... which should I say here? We are still alive, fancy that. Did you see that Aquila? It was glowing. The Emperor protects Seneschal. You know what? I'm already committing to dogmatism. So, the Emperor protects Seneschal.
Indeed he does. Oh, if I hadn't seen it myself, I never would have believed.
What happened to Lady Theodora? Did she follow us?
There was no Theodora, witch. There was an illusion, a temptation, a foul taint that tried to lead us astray. But she perceived its true nature.
Is that right, Adepta Sanctimonious? What? We'll just pretend like we didn't see the Lord's Captain standing there in the fire? Abala, you tell her.
Whatever it was, it matters no longer. Your conduct is bordering on madness, or holiness. A path opened behind you, where one moment there was fire, the next only smoldering embers remain. But what am I saying? My eyes must have deceived me. Too much smoke for my lungs. Truly, would you have received wounds like these if there had been no fire?
The wounds are merely a sign of a trial laudably passed. It is something to be proud of, the same as decorations or badges of honor.
Alright. I mean, I feel like for this character, allow Abelard to help you out. Admittedly, I have been better. Even if you were anticipating another wave of pain, it does not come. Your muscles feel strong, your limbs obey you without fail, and yet, deep inside, somewhere next to your heart and stomach, you feel a certain tension, akin to that of a taut string. You are at your limit. but be it adrenaline or the strength of your faith, it will not carry you much further. Alright, Ethelthrad!
Did my eyes deceive me? I could swear that I just witnessed you step out of a pillar of fire with the rest following in your wake.
I heard to join forces with you and the others. It is time to push the heretics back.
Indeed it is. Your wounds.
Ethelthred does not seem to have changed much since you first met him, but only at first glance. His face has taken on a strange hue. The skin at his temples appears to be scared. His voice now has an uncanny screeching quality. These are not traces of fatigue and stress. The psycho's body has begun to mutate, a consequence of contact with the warp. You are not in the
Noticed
best
the
state.
signs of my blessing, have you? Yes. The warp is taking its toll. But I'm still sane and able to hold my weapon. I'll fight for the Von Phalancius bloodline to the end. And if the price is the eternal curse of mutation, so be it.
My faith keeps me upright with a weapon in my hand. That is all that matters.
Pray, forgive my insistence. I shall not be the one to doubt the faith of she who has passed the trial by fire. I have gathered everyone who answered the Vox call and was able to hold a weapon. Yet I do not see the Lord Captain or her arch-militant in our midst. We are still receiving messages in her voice, but she is not responding to direct requests. I last saw Lady Theodora on the observation platform.
It was at this very elevator, Master Ethelthrad. The Lord Captain, accompanied by the Arch-Militant, headed to her chambers to retrieve an item of particular import. After that, all we heard from her were Vox broadcasts.
This is troubling, and the timing is inopportune. I am still receiving fragmentary reports from the bridge. Kunrad Voigtveer was spotted there, and even what scant intelligence on his activities I have reminds me of descriptions of sorcerous rituals. If that traitor has resorted to witchcraft, we must stop him at once.
I shall go to Theodora's chambers to find her.
A reasonable approach. Take your escort with you. You may be waylaid. Once you have found the Lord Captain, you must beg her to go to the bridge and lead the counterattack. The rogue trader's appearance is sure to fill the defenders' hearts with hope, however frightened or exhausted they may be. Until next we meet, may the Emperor bless your deeds. I shall see you on the field of battle.
Ethelthad salutes you with his weapon and turns to his right. Alright, come on.
Follow my lead! Over there.
We enter the elevator. There's some goods here.
Halt. I noticed something.
Alright, clearly this does not serve as a storeroom. Alright. Let's go
None shall stand in my way.
to the Lord Captain's quarters. Whew. It's already been 2 hours and I'm still in the prologue. This is a very, very long prologue. Not even a prologue, it's the tutorial. Okay, that is, you know, troubling. Ice forming here. Mort, no. Oh, and Lady Theodora too. Also, what's with the tendrils? The tendrils seem particularly bad. All right, I should
Your
probably
seneschal is
cure that
always
injury.
there for you. Let me help.
Back into the fray.
Alright, I'm going to put on some gloves. And some goggles. Hey, boy cat. Alright. And then I will give him the spare one. She has a las pistol. And you get the spare sword. Alright, let's go.
The sooner we start.
Alright, let me see here. The Palo organ seems to have been sitting idle for many years.
I won't tolerate weakness.
The scene of the murder. Oh. Theodore von Valencius's body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The arch-militant's corpse is still clutching a weapon. It is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
She's not having a good time.
Lord Captain. Who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
I doubt it. I'll say nothing.
How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it...
Alright, let's check out the body of the Arch-Militant. Alright, the auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and furniture with his blood. Brain matter and shards of his boy cat. No! Come here. Alright, where am I? The safety on his weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he. Let's examine that body. Oh, purrs. You lean in closer. Closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot. An extraordinarily accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced. Hi, do not bite me. Why are you biting? Why are you biting, Mr. Man? Something on the floor catches your eye. A heap of blood-splattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen from the desk. As you lean closer, something else. You notice something else. Small shards of glass. Right there, what do you make of these shards?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure.
Cloth.
Tainted witchcraft.
Inspect the shards by the dusk. It's difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is as much as you can ascertain. Upon closer examination, it appears the shards appear incandescent rather than completely transparent, as if they have been submerged in promethium. Inspect the papers. Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over scrolls until you stumble across a document that is starkly different from the rest. It is a handwritten letter with the initials XC and a seal with the symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. Handwritten letter with a seal. Lore test Imperium. And sends a shiver down your spine. The author of this letter, addressed to Theodora von Valencia, signed it in the seal of one of the holy orders of the Emperor's Inquisition, the secret police of the Imperium, that relentlessly hunts heretics, xenos, and other enemies of humanity. We had best be on our way.
Yeah. No, wait!
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her...
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh, no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Hi, boy cat. Boy cat loves
It's about time.
Oh. It's all stupid. Oh, God.
Feel my wrath! Surrender to the dark powers!
Alright, Abelard, you're up first. Put Abelard there. Put Theodora behind cover. Put me also behind cover. Put her behind partial cover. And start. Alright.
At your beck and reduced to dust. I will do my duty.
And slash. Ooh, that's not good. You know what?
Absolutely not.
Alright, well, I guess.
All right.
Hack him down.
Fewer target.
And we level up again. Let's go. Finest moment. Alright. Oh boy. Inspiring speech? What the hell? Prepare for an assault. Break their ranks. Steady. Take aim. Goodness. Blood of the Martyr. Whenever an ally uses a heroic act. Commanding voice. Voice of command increases by 6. Focus. Whenever the officer uses an ability on an ally, they gain... the ally gains a bonus equal to 4. These bonuses stack. Inspire Courage. Personal Oversight. Whenever the officer targets an ally with an action, the allies resolve. Steel Resolve. I think this one, and honestly this one, are the most powerful. Inspire Courage or Commanding Voice. Commanding Voice increases the range of my Air of Authority, and Inspiring Courage allows me to give them temporary HP. Stevie, what are you doing over there? Uh-oh, I'm about to have a cat pile on me, aren't I? Yeah, what do you think? Inspiring Courage or Courageous or Commanding Voice? Sorry. Could also take Armor of Contempt. Be vigilant, be decisive, or decisive response. Heroism. I mean, commanding voice. Alright, sounds good. Let's go with Avalod. Ally gets Daring Breach. And... alright, Contempt. Whenever an enemy attacks the warrior's resolve. The warrior's next melee attack. Oh my goodness. This does not stack but can be reactivated. Deal an additional 3 to enemies that have no allies in adjacent cells. Desolation. Easy target. That is not armed with a melee weapon. If the warrior has less than 50% wounds, they gain an increased thing. Slaughter until the end of turn. At the start of each of their turns, the warrior gains 1 temporary wound for each of these stacks. I think that one is the best for Abelard. That way he can, be a little tougher. Fresh target, Tide of Excellence, weak body, weak soul. Exposed weakness also reduces. I'll go with instant exposure. That one seems the most handy right now. Firearm mastery. Camaraderie for each adjacent ally. Exploit surroundings. Cover efficiency is increased by 10. By 10 for full cover, 20 by half cover. I do like putting her in half cover, so that might be useful. Fired up. Whenever the soldier deals damage, their critical damage increases by 1% until the end of turn. That might be good. Rapid reload. Reloading costs. Unpredictable. I think fired up might exploit surroundings. You know, give them a little bit more survivability. You know. All right, let's.
Did I
I tire of idleness. Let's move.
Let's see here. I'm gonna clip that to her. Honestly, intelligence is less than. Let's equip that. There. Now let's get going and enter the Void Ship Bridge. The final area in this long tutorial. Alright, I should probably...
I woke up with a feeling of wonder. As if a
I
field of
equip-
flowers was blossoming nearby.
No, I
A
cannot.
child was saved from death. 1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging and sobbing and howling.
Okay, what the heck did she just say? I wasn't paying attention. And then I heard her talking about heretics howling, begging, and sobbing.
The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Conrad. Hit a thread.
You are here. But where is the Lord Captain?
Theodora von Valentius is dead, and I found her in the Archmilitary in her study.
God Emperor, preserve us. The rogue traitor is dead. The ship has lost her Lord Captain, and the house its head. No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
The ship can be steered out of the warp, but we first need to restore communication between the bridge and the navigator.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
Alright, stab the next person. Kunrad's going. You can see Kunrad clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade. He is holding stained dark drops that seem to have a pure pearlescent green to them.
We are out of time.
Draw your weapon. Voigtner! You duplicitous cur. The rogue trader's death will be avenged.
What? Theodora is dead. No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell.
Edelthrad!
Go,
Your
Edelthrad.
ritual won't be finished, heretic!
Go! Go! Edelthrad! Go! Poor Edelthrad. Oh boy. That's a... Hi, Edelthrad. I never said anything bad about you
Suffer
before.
not the heretic to live.
Nope.
Suits my purposes.
High momentum.
Alright, let's see here. The soldier. 1, 2, using a weapon.
I am his will made manifest. Faith without
Oh boy, just unloading on him.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak.
Alright, I have another shot. My goodness, that is
As
strong.
the Emperor commands, I act.
Okay, finally, I'm out of... My goodness.
Not a problem for me. All too easy.
I mean, I'm just...
I'll do it.
Ooh, that hits hard.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Continue to unload on this guy.
By the manner
Ooh, I've gained a trauma.
Out of my way! See my great work, bastards!
Me. Anything else?
Time to psychically scream at this guy. God. This thing is like incredibly strong.
shields me.
First, use this.
I'm not interested.
Oh, I can't even use it. Cool.
At your beck and call. It will be done.
I might wipe here. Did I, like, build my character wrong or something?
I'm not injured. I'm enraged. As the Emperor commands, I am.
Redouble our efforts.
You just don't...
I will do my duty.
And then he devours, and then he heals, and then he's going to beat me since the Avalon senses. Yeah, I wipe.
Not like this.
Yeah. Oh boy. Alright. What do you think we should do at this wipe? Because this is annoying. And I really don't want to have to go through all the entirety thing again. Because it took us 2.5 hours to get here. I mean, yeah, I was stopping to read absolutely everything, but like, at the same time still. 2.5 hours. But also, I'm like, you know, I died, so I guess I should probably just load the last save or something. And try... I believe there is a trick to taking this guy out, and it's take out the little mini guys, not focusing on him. Because, like, that was what killed me. How many times he could act. Now, let's try again. If we fail again, I'll call the stream early and get to this point again. And keep on throwing myself at it until, like, I have, like, the iteration that's gonna work. You know? Oh, at the Star Combat. Wonderful. Let's go.
Nothing I can't do.
2 pistol shots on these. Nope. That wasn't right. Alright.
High momentum.
One moment, I'm getting a phone call.
Rejoice in battle!
Alright, sorry about that.
Doubt is for the...
Burst fire there.
I'll do it. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Probably take them out a bit easier.
Faith without none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
There we go. Trigger them once, but hopefully it won't be as bad as it was earlier.
I serve the ruinous power!
Yeah, let's just split up.
Cover me.
Well, okay.
Will do.
Split up there.
Pain cleanses the body.
But of course.
All 8 in. Ooh.
This wound will make a fine scar.
Injuries will not slow me.
Indeed. Victory is imminent. No matter the cost.
Alright, let's go, buddy.
At your beck and call.
Yeah, need to get you down. And now you're out of power. Let's go.
It will be done.
And Abelard can just go to town on you.
From the ashes, I will rise.
High momentum.
What is this?
My time is now!
God Emperor moves
So that's what that
Ah,
feeling was.
God.
They're in my heart.
I
Already
should have done
done.
that to Abelard. Yeah, it is really brutal. Like, it
At
is
your
like
beck and
the first hurdle. You know? But it's not, like, impossible. It's just impossible enough to be considered
My
super
patience
challenging
has
to
failed
really
me.
enjoy this kind of thing. I mean, it is really enjoyable, but, like, it is also so brutal. Alright. We've finally done it.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Alright, I know usually you can get, like, some...
Join me in prayer.
some, like, stuff from his corpse, but, like, apparently not right now.
The heir is dead. He sacrificed himself to save the entire dynasty.
A noble deed. Let the crew offer prayers for the hero who renounced his impure life in...
Rivor, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal, living and breathing. Oh, well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
We need to re-establish contact with the Navigator Sanctum. It is our only chance of escaping from the warp. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills with voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Allied cuffs the crying officer without even looking.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
What must I do?
Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparations. Wait for the officers to report. Oh, blast it all to the void. Translation is a craft, not something to be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, mistress. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. And please hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk.
Alright, time to go to the throne. And, get more dialogue spat at us. Fairly certain. Like, the image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents, invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing, while it's still remaining the same. It has taken on the guise of Theodora, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true, surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire, the other a vessel for ancient evil, bores into you. A voice sweeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears. The voice booms with all the horrors of the war.
Mortal, who are you to oppose the very flows of fate? It matters not. Your footfalls are an echo of the sand pouring between the scales. Your hopes and faith are my mockery.
I already resisted your temptation of the woman once, whatever you are. You will not cloud my mind with new illusions.
Resisting the inevitable means only that realization and submission will bring greater torment. There is no power that can hinder the flows of fate.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
This is a long. I'm fairly certain. I'm gonna call it when I get done with the entirety of the tutorial.
The path is set,
Long to deal
child of
with
the dawn.
today.
The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
I'm not gonna end it right now. I'm gonna.
Seneschal, the navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, we could tell us now. Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision.
Or just say nothing. Say nothing and become rogue trader or refute or try and refuse. I've never tried to refuse before. Guess I'll continue that streak.
It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the Warrant of Trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lady. It is because of her toils that we all still live.
The deed is done, mistress. My apologies.
Alright. Oh boy.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members.
Some of those guys.
Yet hope
like
remained.
For some reason.
For the second in line
Never
for the
figure
Rogue
out whenever
Trader
I see
dynasty
this.
survived. To hang the ancestral banners once again and exact vengeance on the enemies of House von Valancius and humanity.
Well, I said I'd call it here, so I'm calling it here. Let me just save my progress because I don't want to have to go. Well, I'm fairly certain it's auto-saving, so right now, so. But we will save what happens after that fight for the next time we meet. Well, you know, for the next week. Not next time we meet. What? God, I'm getting tired. Good night. Come on. Load. Load. Looks like it all saved, so let's hope I'll check it later. Alright, good night, y'all.